This afternoon, we've got game number 2 between the Hiroshima Dragonflies and the Ibaraki Robots. These two teams faced off yesterday, Hiroshima winning that one by a squeaker, 81-79. And so let's see who takes round number 2 here this Sunday afternoon. Welcome to the Adastria Mito Arena, as we have this showdown between the Dragonflies and the Robots. Unfortunately for the Filipino fans who are looking forward to Javi Gomez de Liano, he is not in the lineup for this afternoon. Taking a look at the top performers from yesterday's match, Nick Mayo led Hiroshima with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. He was backed up by Charles Jackson with 13 points, 11 boards, and 5 steals. As we take a look at the team standings, you can see Hiroshima at 17-10, number 4 in their division, while Ibaraki almost at the bottom of the standings with a 5-22 record. Both these teams want a victory here today so they can move up further in the standings. As we take a look at some of the action from yesterday's encounter, which we said was a win by Hiroshima. They won that one just by 2 points, as you can see it there on your screens. And we expect this game to be just as exciting. We expect it to go down the wire. Both teams took their shots, had their opportunities, but in the end, it was Coach Kyle Milling who took home the victory. Long two-pointer there from Fukuzawa. And drilling it from the outside there was Charles Jackson. You can just see the battle there inside. And Fukuzawa gets away for 2. Jackson with a strip. And they were off and running. Well run, fast break, kissing that off the glass. Nice basket there from Naoto Tsuji. You can see just how much these players wanted that victory yesterday. High up there and with a big slam. That's where Nick Mayo is going to show you his power. And that is where we're going to end proceedings from yesterday's encounter. That's going to set up a really interesting match here this Sunday afternoon. Anthony Sutay here for the call. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'd like to remind all the fans in the Philippines, if you want to follow the B.LEAGUE action, you can follow all the action on Tap Sports, TapGo, the smart GigaPlay app, and the Facebook page and YouTube channel of Puso Pilipinas. As we take a look at the head-to-head matchups of these two squads, they faced each other already 10 times. 8 victories went to Hiroshima, 2 wins to Ibaraki. As we take a look at the Robots lineup here, their 4 men players, they've got number 11, Chahale Tapscott, number 15, Mark Trasolini, number 21, Eric Jacobson, and number 25, Atsunobu Hirao. On the other side, looking at the lineup of the Hiroshima Dragonflies, they rely mainly on 5 players. Number 1, Thomas Kennedy, who is Japanese. Number 5, Isaiah Murphy, who is also a local player. And then they've got their 3 imports. Number 8, Gregory Echenique from Venezuela. Number 10, Charles Jackson from the United States. And number 24, their main gunner, Nick Mayo, also from the U.S., who stands 6'9", and he's 24 years old. This is the matchup that we're going to be looking at all throughout. For Ibaraki, you got number 2, Shogo Asayama. And no, check that. Number 3, Naoto Tsuji for the Dragonflies. And number 2, Kohei Fukuzawa for Ibaraki. You can see the numbers that they put up yesterday, essentially mirroring each other. Let's see what transpires here today. Who will get the victory? And in this head-to-head matchup, who will have the upper hand after 4 quarters of play? Breaking down this match even more, looking at the Hiroshima Dragonflies, they've actually won 4 out of their last 5. Their only loss was last January to Toyama. They lost that one 90-74. On the other hand, Ibaraki Robots are on a 4-game losing streak. They started their losing streak on December 29. They lost to Kawasaki 104-65. They then lost 2 encounters against Alvark Tokyo, and then yesterday falling to Hiroshima by 2, 81-79. There's the head coach of Hiroshima. That's Kyle Milling. And now we have the hometown Ibaraki Robots. There are 3 officials handling proceedings here today. Our officials this Sunday afternoon. We've got referee Abe, referee Udatsu, and referee Maruyama. As we have the starting lineup from both these squads, Ibaraki Robots with their same starting 5. They have Kohei Fukuzawa, Mark Trasolini, Eric Jacobson, Atsunobu Hirao, and Keita Tsurumaki. For the Hiroshima Dragonflies, also their regular starting 5. They've got Ryo Terashima, number 3, Naoto Tsuji, number 5, Isaiah Murphy, number 10, Charles Jackson, and number 24, Nick Mayo. On your screens, Kyle Milling, who has taken over this season. This is a revamped Hiroshima Dragonfly squad. And I guess you can say so far so good. They're up 17-10 as far as their overall standings concerned, and they're 4th place in their conference. And here we go, coming into from the Adastria Mito Arena. It's Ibaraki hosting Hiroshima, the second of back-to-back games this weekend. Once again, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us for B-League action. Jacobson inside, called for traveling. Not a good start there for Jacobson, but he wanted to use his strength and his power That's going to be a great matchup. Up against either Mayo or Charles Jackson. Two big, strong, talented individuals. Jackson on the outside with the handoff. Jumper from the side's not going to work. Tip will go to Mayo. Another opportunity here. Trying to turn that corner. Door shut on him. They'll go right back out. That slam is not going to count. Just a fraction of a second late there for Isaiah Murphy. Still no score. Almost a minute gone here in period number 1. That's a great look inside. Jacobson, too easy. Perfect seal, perfect pass there from Fukuzawa. Tsuji bringing it down together with Terashima. Open 3 for Terashima. Yes! So it's 3-2. Hiroshima. And then sneaking through is Jacobson. He's got 4 points. Four threes are tally. Let's see if things are going to start to pick up. Nice block there. But he looks like hobbling a little bit was Jacobson. He bumped knees there with Chuji. But now he looks okay. Trasolini there with a turnover. Approaching the 8-minute mark here in quarter number 1. They're going to go inside to Mayo. He is their main man. Falling away. Just overshoots that a little bit. Jacobson with another board. Nice spin there. They leave him open. Not able to drop that through is Fukuzawa. Jackson. That's a nice matchup as well against Trasolini. And Mayo gets away inside. Hiroshima now up by 1, 5-4. Mayo's going to get his share of points, that's for sure. Yesterday had 16 points to go with 4 boards. They go inside. Jacobson misses from point blank range. And off and running once again. Tsuji. Mayo up and under move works. Nick Mayo now with 4 points. And they're up by 3, 7-4. Another turnover. 4-on-2 fast break. They go to the wings. Tsuji. Long 2. Nope, it's a pass. That was a gimme missed. And Trasolini running on the break gets that slam. Cuts the lead down to 1. End-to-end basketball here. Action is really picking up. They go inside once again, Mayo. Against Trasolini, makes that spin. Almost got away. Trasolini with the board. And he's pushing it down. They go to the wing. Extra pass. Trasolini will be fouled. Boy, always with his head up is Fukuzawa. Taking a look at if his big men have any advantage. And look at that pass. Pinpoint. Chuji will hit the bench. Familiar figure here for B.LEAGUE fans, as Asahi Tajima will check in. Used to play for Hokkaido last year. Tajima sees a lot of action. He's on the floor for an average of about 25 minutes. Trasolini. Can't hit the first free throw. We'll make the second. We're tied at 7. First deadlock, and we're now going to see the first entry here of number 11, Chahales Tapscott. 3-time scoring champion in B2. So we know he can put it through the hoop. Also checking in for the first time is Thomas Kennedy. Thomas Kennedy is a local. Comes up with a poor pass. Tajima with a steal. And Tajima will get fouled. Tajima likes cutting into those passing lanes. Watch it here. As he hits the deck. Foul's going to be called there on number 5, Isaiah Murphy. Isaiah Murphy also seeing heavy minutes. 24 minutes, averaging about 6 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists. Quick passing, long 2 hits. Nice basket there from Fukuzawa. And it's a 3-point lead once again for Ibaraki. This is actually now the biggest lead in the ball game for Ibaraki. They were up by 2 at 2-0. A lot of physical play. Well, Fukuzawa's making sure that Isaiah Murphy is not able to get into his comfort zone. Here's a nice look at Shogo Asayama, who just checked in. He'll be triggering the inbound. Gets it in there to Terashima. They hand it off. Kennedy, once again at the block. That's where he likes to operate, using his size and strength. Overshoots that time, though. Mayo tried to go for the offensive rebound, and Trasolini doesn't like the call. He felt that was an over-the-back foul. The referees say play on. Nick Mayo is very active on both ends. You've got to put a body on him. They go on the outside to Mayo. Sets that pick. Will get it back. No, he won't. That was actually a very good setup. Mayo should have been cutting a little bit crisper towards the basket. Turnover here for Hiroshima. Chance for Ibaraki to increase their lead. Nice bounce pass. Open 3, Tajima. A little bit too strong. They'll set things up. Still in the early stages of this ball game, so no team in any rush. Murphy will give it up. Kennedy will give it up as well. They go back up on top. Mayo with a screen. Nice up and under move. Murphy hits. Check that. That's Kennedy. Thomas Kennedy, who's played in all their games, averaging 24 minutes a contest. So you can see Coach Kyle Milley making sure that all his players are fresh. At most, 25 minutes is the max. Foul's going to be called there, stopping the action. That's going to be foul number 1 on Tenyoku You. Seiya Fonyu is going to check in for the first time. Also a familiar face here for the B-League fans. He sees a lot of action, and he's actually a very tall point guard. He's listed as a small forward, but a lot of times he likes to bring up that ball. He handles it a lot of times as well. Rio to the wing. Now inside to Kennedy. Rio makes his move. Floater is going to be short, but picking up the garbage there was Charles Jackson. Hiroshima now up by 1. Starting up high. There's a quick double. Trasolini is going to let that one go. Fukuzawa saying he got hammered right across the arm. And again, our referees are letting all this physical play go on. Jacobson is going to check back in. So it's Jacobson and Trasolini back in action. That's a nice look. Jacobson. 13-footer is going to drop. Seesaw affair we've got here. Ibaraki now up by 1. 3:20 remaining here in the opening canto. Again, Kennedy posting up. The defense has to react because he's a big man inside. 3 is going to drop. That's going to be a 2-point lead once again here for Hiroshima off that basket from number 5. Jacobson's going to be called for this one. Charles Jackson said, I didn't even jump. But he's going to pick up his first personal foul. Nakamura is also checked in for his squad. That's Kohei Nakamura. Standing 5'11", backup guard, 25 years old, used to play for Shiga. Jacobson, no problems with the 2 free throws. He's now got 8 points to go with 1 rebound, 1 assist here today. Calling out the play once again is Rio. Will get it back. Will he try to go to the wings? Funyu brings it back out. It's so tight there inside. Here's Funyu. Will overshoot, but once again, Charles Jackson was asking for a foul there, but he was a little bit too under the basket. He's got to be careful. He might pick up a technical. He was making a lot of gestures towards the referees. We're tied at 14. Jacobson coming out once again with a handoff to Tajima. That's going to be a kick ball. Sometimes players will say that was thrown to my feet. I didn't actually lunge for it. Let's see what happened here. Oh well, he did stick his foot out. So that was a right call. 2:26 to be played here in the first period. Tajima making that spin. Waits for Jacobson. Swing to the corner. Trasolini for 3. Yes! That's a great pass. Tajima was looking for Trasolini all the way. Trasolini draining that one. And Ibaraki back up by 3 at 17-14. Kennedy with the handoff. Sets that pick. Makes the curl. Kennedy. Long 2. Yes! He's got a sweet touch from there. He's 34 years old, but he's telling you, he's got a lot of playing years still to go. They go down low. Jacobson once again against Jackson. Cross-court pass. Funyu's there. Under a minute and a half remaining here in the first period. Still a lot of time on their shot clock. They swing it. Kennedy gave it up. A lot of times he'll take that shot. Rio! No. Trasolini bringing it up. Jacobson with a nice seal inside. Doesn't get the pass. Tajima out to Jacobson. Jacobson for 3. Yes! Jacobson now in double digits. He's got 11 points to go with a board and an assist. And the lead is 4 for Ibaraki. Actually, their biggest lead now at 20-16. Funyu. We mentioned the fact that he likes to handle the basketball. Puts up a 3. A little bit offline. Jacobson another board. And they're going to walk it up. Difference of about 9 seconds from the game clock and the shot clock. Tajima has done quite well coming off the bench. Trasolini puts up a 3 and hits. It's now a 7-point advantage for Ibaraki at 23-16. Final attempt at the basket. Rio says, let's take our time. From downtown Kennedy, just a little bit short on that one. A good opening quarter for the home squad. Ibaraki leads this one after 10 minutes, 23-16. Here we go, second quarter has just begun. Good start here for Ibaraki as they lead by 7. They are coming off a loss from yesterday, just lost by 2. Mayo, good move. That's going to pick up the first personal foul of Trasolini. Trasolini's got 1, Jackson's got 1. As far as the import foul troubles are concerned, Mayo makes the first. Coach Richard Glesman, his team a little bit embattled here with a 5-22 record. Nice swing. Turn, but without the basketball. Isaiah Murphy has been reinserted. So a lot more athleticism on the floor here as he takes it. Will give it up. Will he ask for it back? No, he won't. Long 3 not going to work there for Rio. Still a 5-point lead enjoyed here by Ibaraki. They go back to their main man, Jacobson. Why not? Let's see if they do. But Charles Jackson closes in on him. Jacobson comes out to the pick. Nice basket from the outside. Boy, he's a gunner. Talking about Atsunobu Hirao. He is their team captain. And he's leading by example here. 26-18 is our tally. That's the biggest lead now here for Ibaraki. Remember, they're still smarting from that 2-point loss yesterday. They want to be able to send their fans home today on a good note. Steal and easy lay in there. Coming to the passing lanes. Doing his job was Kohei Nakamura. And spotting him was Fukuzawa. And a timeout will be called here. Watch it. Initially got the touch. That forced the turnover. And here we have all the way through Kohei Nakamura. Eight minutes, 27 seconds still to be played here in the second quarter. And an early burst by Ibaraki has given them a 10-point lead. Jackson against Jacobson. Baby hook's not gonna work. Screaming for a foul is not gonna get it. Hirao pushes it forward. Now they're gonna set things up once again. Jacobson gives it up to Nakamura. They look inside. Jacobson with the left hand. Nothing Isaiah Murphy could do. Isaiah Murphy's tall at 6'5", but Jacobson, remember, is 6'10". Here's Murphy to Charles. Making that spin here is Chuji. Will come up short, but Charles Jackson will get that through. Charles Jackson now with 4 points to go with 3 rebounds. They look inside. Nice pass from Hirao, but a foul is going to be called first. That's going to be the first here on Isaiah Murphy. That's a mismatch. It should be Charles Jackson on Jacobson. That's going to be his second. Check that. Murphy had a good performance yesterday with 12 points, but now straddled with 2 early fouls. They go outside to Hirao. Nice active hands, but Jacobson gets it. Hirao for 3! A little bit too strong. Chance here for Hiroshima to get back on the board. They've been quiet. Jackson setting that pick. Doesn't get the pass. Murphy for 3. Yes! Isaiah Murphy starting to heat up. Cuts the lead down to 7. Ibaraki though with possession. Yesterday we had a very exciting encounter between these two squads. Jackson working the passing lanes once again. If you're just joining us, these two teams played each other yesterday. Hiroshima winning by the slimmest of margins, really, a basket. 81-79. Timeout on the floor is going to be called. Both coaches, Coach Glessman and Coach Milling, want to talk to their boys. It has been a very good half so far here for the Ibaraki robots. They scored the first point off that easy basket. They yielded the lead a couple of times. In fact, Hiroshima led by 3 at one stage, 7-4. But then they got the lead back at 10-7 and they've never looked back. Hirao picks up his dribble. That's kicked clearly there by Yasunori Aoki. Aoki is a tough defender. We're used to seeing him from last year's coverage. Very physical player, as you can see there, all over the grill of Hirao. Trasolini. Jacobson comes out a little bit too high. They go to Trasolini. There's a lot of space inside. Trasolini falling away. He had to put that one up. Shot clock was winding down. Here's Aoki. Finds Mayo. Mayo inside. Strong move. And a foul's going to be called on Jacobson. He doesn't like the call. But that's when you say, go strong to the basket and only good things can happen. Watch this here. Takes it strong. A little bit of a contact there from Jacobson. Jacobson now picks up his first. He's saying there was verticality. But nonetheless, he's going to pick up his first personal. And Nick Mayo will now head to the line for 2 shots. He's a real powerful individual. Talking about Nick Mayo. Here comes Chahale's Tapscott. He came in, played about a minute, and then was replaced once again by Jacobson. Let's see if he gets to play a little bit more now. As he comes in for Trasolini. Hirao will also hit the bench. Nick Mayo makes that first. It's a line drive free throw there for Nick Mayo. But it works. A little bit more of an arc there, but not as much arc as a lot of players usually do from the free throw line. Jacobson will hand it off. Tajima has checked in as well. Tajima did very well. In fact, he was actually one of the main reasons why they were able to build up this lead. Quick 3, not going to work. Murphy with a rebound. Here's Mayo in the open court. Almost lost it, eventually does. He took his eye off his defender. A lot of contact inside, and there's Aoki. Just goes to show you, Aoki is not scared to bump bodies with some of the trees inside. As we take a look at that steal. Quick hands from Tsurumaki. Tsurumaki started his ball game and he has been reinserted now. There's a slick portion there on the floor, and one of the players actually picked up the mop. There's Tapscott on your screens. Let's see if he can get uncorked. Just about 5.5 remaining before the break. That's a high floater, works! Nice basket there from Fukuzawa. That is one heck of a floater. Leads back up to 7 at 32-25. Murphy for 3. Just a little bit too strong. Tajima to the wing. Will get it back. Tapscott, he's not looking for a shot. Now he does. Murphy getting in the passing lanes once again. That was a shot that he could have actually put up. Talking about Chahale's Tapscott. 4:55 to go here in the second period as we approach our technical timeout. Good afternoon and welcome back to the Adastria Mito Arena as the Ibaraki robots host the Hiroshima Dragonflies. Dragonflies do have a following that does travel with them. You saw them there on your screens. They went home happy yesterday. Let's see who comes out on top here this Sunday. Tajima to the wing. That's a nice basket. Sweet looking shot there. Coming from Daiichi Taniguchi, the veteran. Used to play for Hiroshima last year. Now wearing a different uniform. Scoring against his former team. Kennedy back in action. Nice look. Aoki hits. Fukuzawa calling out the play as we approach the 4-minute mark. Here's Tapscott again, not looking for his shot. That was a good looking release from Taniguchi, just came up short. Lead is still at 6. Mayo inside for a slam. Nick Mayo's got 10 points, and that's going to force the hand of Coach Richard Glesman to sue for time. Daiichi Taniguchi has not really played that much yet here this season. He's played in a few games, averaging just 9 minutes on the floor, with averages of 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. Pretty good numbers, despite the fact that he has not seen as much playing time as he personally would want. Fukuzawa now bringing it up. beside Trasolini. So it's Trasolini and Jacobson on the floor here as imports for Ibaraki. And again, for the Filipino fans looking for Javi Gomez de Liano, unfortunately, he is not listed for this weekend. Prayer is not going to be answered there. Fukuzawa had to put that one up. Shot clock was at 2. Early seal, and a foul is going to be called there on Fukuzawa. Early seal by Ryo Sadohara. Seeing his first bit of action. Hirao's going to check back in, their captain. They want to finish this quarter strong. Both these teams do. That's a dangerous pass. Nice sidestepping move, but they're going to say too many sidesteps for Sadohara. Sadohara's a youngster, but he's 6'4" at only 22 years of age. So a lot's going to be expected from him in the years to come. Forcing the action, Trasolini. That might be a foul on Kennedy. It is. Kennedy's going to pick up foul number 1. Trasolini's going to head to the line. As Kennedy saying, I fouled him before he actually gathered, but officials are going to give Trasolini 2 free throws here. As he tries to extend the lead of his squad, he extends it to 5. We've had a few lead changes, but most of this match, it has been Ibaraki on top. 10 points now for Trasolini. He also has 4 rebounds. A little bit too strong on that second. Where did they go? Sadohara stands that pick. 3 on the way is not going to work there for Chuji. That was a setup for him all the way. Hirao waits for movement. Then goes to the corner, Tajima. Shot clock down to 4. Trasolini has to force this one up, and does. And the foul is going to be called there on Tajima off that long rebound. Well, that last foul from Tajima is going to put Ibaraki in foul trouble. Here in the final 2 minutes 34. Hiroshima has one more foul to give as Charles Jackson checks back in. It's been a very well played game here so far. And we'd like to thank all of you for joining us for B-League action here this Sunday afternoon. More action to come after the halftime break. Mayo has not yet been as aggressive as we saw him yesterday. Tsuji to Mayo. Their shot clock is winding down. It's down to 4. Nice pass. Jackson gets denied. Another block. 2 blocks there from Trasolini. Hirao and company off and running. They set up Tajima. It's going to be a miss. The crowd would have gone wild if that went down. That would have been a great sequence for them. Under 2 minutes to be played. Jackson trying to bully his way here against Jackson. A little bit too strong there for Charles. They got numbers. They don't use it. Jacobson now against a double. And a foul is going to be called there on Thomas Kennedy. His second. Looked like a good ploy. He pulled the chair out from under him. But the referee said there was a little bit of a tug. Watch it there. He pulled the chair, but he made a little bit of contact on that arm, and they said he pulled him down. Now both teams in the penalty. Here for the final 137. Baseline inbound here for Ibaraki. Still up by 5. Looking for more. No lead is safe, especially against Hiroshima, who came out with a victory yesterday. lot of time on the shot clock. No need to rush. Fukuzawa. Fukuzawa, the handoff. That's a little bit too soft. Good transition defense here, though. Jackson, up and under move. Nice swipe there from Trasolini. Trasolini, on the secondary break, blows the layup. That's going to hurt. The defense gave it to him. Open three. Bang. That's going to hurt. Two knocks straight, missing the layup on one end and giving up an open three on the other. And the lead has been cut down to 2 at 35-33. Under a minute to be played. Fukuzawa looking for space. Might have traveled and issues an errant pass. Looking at the turnover numbers here. 6 turnovers for Ibaraki, 7 for Hiroshima. 39.2 to go. And a timeout will be called here. We'll be back for more action from the Adastria Mito Arena in just a bit. Exactly 39.2 seconds remaining in this one. Checking in for Ibaraki is number 7, Takanobu Nishikawa, who used to play for Sanen last year. 6'5", 29-year-old. Tsuji to the wing. Mayo for 3! And it's a 1-point lead by Hiroshima. What did I just say a minute ago? No lead is safe against Hiroshima. And they're now up by 1. Fraction of a difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Both these teams in the penalty. No fouls to give. Hirao. Hirao will attack. Bounce pass a little bit too strong. And that last heave will not count even if it went down. But a last minute rally here by Hiroshima after being down by 10 points at one stage at 28-18. They've come back and they lead by 1 at the halftime break. 36-35. There's some of the action that you're seeing here from the first 2 quarters of play. And a nice slam there from Mark Trasolini. Nice swing. And a nice basket there from the outside. Here he is. Thomas Kennedy, sweet shooter. Likes to play down low. Finds the open man though here. And Charles Jackson has always been around the basket, cleaning up the misses. Nice basket there. On the wing, Jacobson showing his range, hitting that 3. And Trasolini saying, I can hit the 3 as well. A lot of times showing us their versatility. First quarter ended in favor of Ibaraki, 23-16. And Hiroshima took it at the halftime break just by 1, 36-35. There's Jackson once again. Jacobson has done so well here for his squad, anchoring the defense. Nice sweet shot there from the veteran who used to play for Hiroshima. That was Daichi Taniguchi. Jackson once again, nice up and under move, but he gets stripped. Very good hands there from Trasolini. He actually had also 2 blocks. Mayo from the outside drills that one. And we're going to bring you our halftime numbers here. From 2-point distance, Ibaraki shooting 57%, much better than the 35% here of Hiroshima. But actually only 1 field goal more, technically speaking. That's why it's been a very close affair. Those numbers showing you the points in the paint. And 4 and 7. Those are bench points. So, well, we promised you a real tight one here. Yesterday, these 2 teams faced each other. Hiroshima winning that one, 81-75. Our leading scorers, Jacobson has got 13, together with Trasolini, who has 10. And we also have 5 points for Kohei Fukuzawa. On the other side, 13 points for Nick Mayo. And we have Terashima coming up with 6 points, and Charles Jackson rounding out the top 3 scorers for Hiroshima with 4. As we take a look at the head-to-head matchup, well, we changed it up a little bit. We now have Trasolini up against Nick Mayo. Trasolini there with 10 points, Mayo with his 13. 5 and 3 are the rebounds. And you can see their shooting percentage. There's Nick Mayo on your screens. As we get set for our second half. There's Fukuzawa. He started out for his squad. Almost lost it. Charles Jackson comes way out. Hurried shots, not going to work. Shot clock was winding down there. Good defensive stance put up here by Hiroshima to start out the second half. Jackson at the top of the key. Will hand it off. Not a quick movement. That's clearly a foul there. Hirao is going to send Chuji to the line for 3 shots. Naoto Chuji gets it there. And you can see the contact there from Hirao. No question about that foul. So 3 free throws coming up here. As we take a look at number 0 there for Hiroshima, that was Ryo Terashima. He set that one up. 2-point lead now by Hiroshima. They were trailing most of the first half. Well, she's a fan of Naoto. And she's telling the entire world Tsuji made the first. Actually made the first 2. Makes all 3. It's now a 4-point lead enjoyed by Hiroshima. Opening seconds of quarter number 3. Jacobson gets it to Hirao. A lot of movement on the outside. Trasolini finds Hirao. Good line, just a little bit short. Tracked down there by Terashima. Now they're going to set things up. Ryo with possession. Nice. Puts up a long 2. Is going to come up short. Jackson carving out space. Yes! And the lead has now ballooned to 6. That's going to force the hand here of Coach Richard Glessman. His squad has not scored yet here in the third period. Welcome back to the Adastria Mito Arena as we have the Hiroshima Dragonflies visiting the Ibaraki Robots. Just a bit of a correction. A while ago, I called number 7 Takanobu Nishikawa as Nishikawa. Well, actually, Nishikawa has transferred to Saga in B2. So their number 7 is Masahiro Waki. We'd like to thank our friends in the B.LEAGUE for that. Open 3, he's gonna drop. Nice basket there from Tsurumaki. From a coaching standpoint, that's what you love to see. Coming off a timeout, you draw out a set pattern, and your players run it to perfection. Murphy, Mayo, Chuji. Murphy puts up a 3, can't answer. Jackson's there for the putback, as usual. Charles Jackson has just been hanging around the boards. He now has 9 boards to go with 8 points. Wild shot, not going to work for Chahale's Tapscott. He has yet to find his rhythm here today, which is quite surprising for a 3-time scoring champion. Mayo to the wing, finds Murphy. That's going to stay here. That was off Chahale's Tapscott. .43-38 is our tally. A minute and a half gone here in the third canto. Almost a 5-second violation. Boy, the referee was very lenient there. That's going to be a nice basket there from Chuji. And they're going to extend the lead now to 8. 46-38 for Hiroshima. Long basket not going to work for Tsurumaki. Mayo pushing it forward. Tsuji. Pass the defender. Puts up a hurried shot. Good line, a little bit too strong. Tapscott with the board. Bringing it all the way. That's a hurried three, but Hirao's not going to hit. That's going to stay on this end though. Quite surprised they're not trying to look for Tapscott to try to get him uncorked. He's a born scorer, but just can't hit here today. That's our tally there. 49-38. It's now an 11-point lead here for Hiroshima. Thought they'd look for another three. Jackson barreling his way inside. A foul's going to be called on Jacobson. That's going to be foul number 2. Eric was holding his own a little bit against Charles Jackson. Are they going to give the foul to Hirao? Jacobson's going to be replaced. Here comes Trasolini as Thomas Kennedy gets ready to check back in. Tajima's there. Also checking in is Kohei Nakamura. Coaches shuffling their players as Charles Jackson misses that one. They've had to really work for a victory here today. Talking about Kyle Milling for Hiroshima and Richard Glessman from Ibaraki. Now it's a 12-point lead here by Hiroshima at 50-38. And that lead continues to swell, and even more trouble now for Ibaraki as Thomas Kennedy checks back in. Rasolini with the handoff to Tajima. Quick three. Fukuzawa's going to come up short. That's saved there by Ryo Terashima. Chance of defense. They need defense. Here's Mayo. That's too easy. When he attacks that rim, he attacks with so much strength and power. It's now 52-38. Tapscott quickly gives it up. He's really not looking for a shot. Finally gets it. Puts it up and through. First 2 points here for Chahale's Tapscott. They need to get him uncorked. Murphy gives it up. So will Kennedy. Kennedy inside. Hits the side of the board. Can Ibaraki score? Tapscott to Tajima. That's a poor pass. That's going to be a backcourt violation. Not the way you want to run a fast break. Especially now that you're down by 12. That is turnover number 8 for Ibaraki. Jacobson quickly back in, but he replaces Trasolini, so they're going to keep Tapscott inside there. All they need is scoring. Can he get himself going, though? That's the big question. Kennedy. They go to Smith. Back out on top with Rio. Extra passing. Mayo will come up with a miss, but it's going to stay on this end. They've got a brand new 14 to work with. Not liking the call is Nakamura. He was in that skirmish together with Fukuzawa. Checking in now is Tenyoku You. He's a veteran, 33 years old, but he is 6'5", so they need his length. Well, they're going to need his speed as well because he's guarding Murphy here on the defensive end. Rio for a long three. No. Jacobson picks up a board. Jacobson now with 6 rebounds to go with his 13 points. Tapscott looking for space. Jacobson now inside. Nice active hands there from Kennedy. 2-on-1 break. Murphy's going to finish. And a basket and one opportunity off a very poor foul. You should have just given the basket. It's now a 14-point lead. Could be even more. Watch it here. Active hands from Kennedy. Gets his squad off and running. Murphy. And there was a gimme foul from Tajima. Isaiah Murphy, 6'5", point guard, shooting guard, only 23 years of age, and completes that 3-point play. And it's now a 15-point advantage at 55-40. Hiroshima really pouring it on, and they've silenced the crowd here at the Adastria Mito Arena. Jackson's going to be called for a foul. That's going to be foul number 2. But he comes up with a smile. But there was definitely a tug. But he's in a good place. His squad is up by 15. As the captain, Atsunobu Hirao checks back in. That's a dangerous pass, but it gets there. Jacobson from the 15-foot line. No. Nice rebound there by Murphy. Murphy still with possession. They go inside. Jackson didn't see Hirao from the backside. 4-on-2 break. They'll go inside. Jacobson. Door shutting him there by Jackson. Jacobson puts up a 3. Check that. That's Trasolini. Jackson sidestepping. Basket. And one opportunity once again. When you're beaten on defense, you've just got to give that basket. Watch it here once again. Already beaten on the play. And Trasolini's going to come up with a foul. Trasolini second. And it's going to be back-to-back 3-point opportunities here as the lead has swelled to 17. We got a ceasefire on the floor. Ibaraki badly needs this timeout. Jackson completes that three-point play. And because of back-to-back three-point plays, it is now an 18-point advantage at 58-40. Ibaraki's been stuck at 40 for quite a while. They've actually just scored 4 points here in the third period, and their struggles continue. Check that, they've scored 5 points, which isn't much. A lot of movement here from Kennedy and company, and Kennedy gets away! Might have been 3 straight three-point play opportunities. Just came up short, but he's got 2 free throws. Trasolini will pick up his third. That's 2 quick fouls for Trasolini here in the third period. As they send in another veteran, Daichi Taniguchi will check in, 31-year-old. No problem over the first. Well, Ibaraki just might be staring at a 20-point disadvantage heading into the fourth. You don't expect Kennedy to miss those free throws. He's a sweet shooter. 60-40 is our tally. Why not look for Chahale's Tapscott? He's a scorer. There he is. He's got to put this one up. Finally does. Misfires a little bit off to the right. But you got to get him involved if you're Ibaraki. Hiroshima up by 20, looking for more here on this offensive end. Kennedy tracks it down, finds Murphy to the wing. Jumper's gonna work. Everything dropping here now. As you see, a basket there from Shogo Asayama. Long two, still nothing. Ryo Terashima taking his time. They want to make sure that they get into the fourth period with an almost insurmountable lead. Here's Ryo with a handoff. Slam there by Charles. And it is 64-40. How many times have I said 40? They've really been stuck there. Chahale's Tapscott finally breaks that spell. Under a minute to be played here in the third. But they have a huge mountain to climb in the last 10 minutes of play. Ryo around Charles. Nice handoff. Back-to-back baskets? No. Asayama was looking to hit another one. Good line there, though. They look inside. Jacobson. That's what we were talking about earlier. Kennedy was beaten. He just gave away the 2 points. No three-point plays. At the very least, Hiroshima will head into the fourth and final period up by 20. Ryo wasting some time. Gets the easy layup. It won't drop though. Tapscott. That'll count. A little bit too strong. 3 quarters in the books here at the Adastria Mito Arena. And for the hometown fans, they're not happy with a 9-point output in the third period for Ibaraki as they face a 20-point disadvantage going into our final quarter. As we enter the fourth period, a very good position for Hiroshima to be in, up by 20. They won yesterday's encounter 81-79 with their top performers Nick Mayo with 16 points, Jackson with 13, Murray and Kennedy with 12 each. And those are the usual suspects once again here for the boys in white. Funyu will check in to start out the fourth period. They go to Mayo. If they maintain this 20-point lead in the next 2 minutes. Mayo there showing a lot of great footwork, scoring once again, and that increases the lead up to 22 once again. But the point I was making is, if in the next 3 minutes, Ibaraki is not able to make any headway, this should be a victory here for Hiroshima. Kennedy pulls down that miss. Aoki has checked in. They find Mayo once again. Mayo taking his time, rattles that one through, basket and one. That's going to be the fourth personal foul on Trasolini. So he might be heading to the bench very quickly here, as Jacobson should take his spot. Mayo with back-to-back baskets, and now here with a three-point play opportunity. Clearly a foul there on Trasolini. He's on the bench, and we might not see him back in action if his team is not able to cut into this lead. It is now 69-44. This is now the biggest lead in the ball game for Hiroshima. Tapscott on the outside to Taniguchi. Nakamura to the corner. Tapscott misfires, and a foul is going to be called on Funyu. That's a good foul. You don't want Jacobson to get possession close to the basket. Smart move there by Funyu as you take a look at the 28-year-old come up with a foul. A minute gone here in the fourth. An important 3-minute stretch now for the boys in blue. Tapscott. He's not looking for a shot. Finally does. Gives it up. Finally attacks the basket. That's what he's got to do. He's got to remain aggressive. He's only got 4 points here today. Talking about Tapscott. Check that. He's got 6 points now. To go with 2 boards and 2 assists. They need him to light things up here. Just like how Mayo has done. Kennedy with the attack. Finds space. Baby hook. A little bit too strong. Funyu battling inside. And they've got another offensive thrust here. Mayo will use up some clock. Nice find. Aoki. Extra pass. Kennedy. A little bit offline. Let's see if Tapscott looks for his shot. He's got to. Or go to Jacobson. Still looking for the best shot available. Jacobson overshoots with it left. Funyu. Behind the back dribble. That's nice. Another one there. And now they're going to use clock. Aoki. Aoki will be fouled. That's going to be a foul on Fukuzawa. Nice work there by Chuji. Coming back in is their starting point guard, Kohei Fukuzawa. They're going to need a little bit of a small miracle here if they want to get back into it. Nice pass! That might have been another opportunity for a three-point play, but Kennedy will settle for the 2 points. The lead is back up to 25 at 71-46. It's not looking good for Ibaraki, but you've got to hand it to their fans. They're still cheering. Tapscott, open three, bang! That's what he needs to do. Find his spot and take those shots. Time's running out though. And the boys in white are doing the wise thing of taking advantage of using the clock. They find Aoki. Aoki! That was halfway down. Tapscott now will bring it up. Goes to the corner. Fukuzawa. Open threes, not gonna work. Mayo battling for it. Tapscott gets it. That just fell in his lap. And now a timeout will be called here by Coach Kyle Milling. His team still up by 20, but he's not taking any chances. Coming off that timeout, let's see what Hiroshima does here. They don't necessarily need to score. All they got to do is just protect this 20-point lead here. Coming off that timeout, they've drawn out an offensive pattern. Let's see it. Tsuji taking his time. They've got to put up this shot. Aoki for three. That was close, but just Jackson for the putback. As usual, always at the right place at the right time. Charles Jackson now with 16 points. Took over 13 rebounds. And most of those rebounds were offensive ones. Trasolini to the corner. Tapscott for three. Misfires. Mayo with the rebound. And that just could be it. Still half a quarter to be played. But it's a 20-point lead enjoyed by the visiting squad. Nice steal there from Tapscott. Pushes it forward. They need to score here. Fukuzawa will give it up to Tapscott. Tapscott, nice look inside. So Kohei scores. But it's still a 20-point disadvantage here for Ibaraki. And their fans are chanting for defense. Well, if they are able to come up with a few defensive stops, hit a few threes, they just might be right back into it. But Mayo hits there from the 15-foot line. And that's going to bring us to our technical timeout here. Exactly 4:56 remaining. And it's Hiroshima up by 22. Final 5 minutes of the fourth period. The clean crew has not yet been sent in here by Hiroshima, but they are just playing with one import. No Thomas Kennedy, no Isaiah Murphy, and no Nick Mayo. And they've got a 2-on-1 fast break. That's going to be a nice handoff. Trying to get the youngster involved there in Sadohara. And the lead's back up to 24. And maybe in another minute, the clean crew will be sent in. Nice pass. And a nice 3 there for Kohei Nakamura. But that might be a little bit too late for Ibaraki. Well, for Ibaraki, it's going to be quite possibly another loss. That's going to be their 5th in a row. Their losing streak started on December 29. No look pass by Sadohara. And that's going to be the final foul here for Trasolini. As Jacobson checks back in. I'm surprised they brought Jacobson still into the ball game. Why not get some of the other locals involved? There's Trasolini. He's fouled out. Together with a lot of their starters, Kohei Fukuzawa is also on the bench. Together with Keita Tsurumaki. So 3 of the starters are seated. I like the fact that you keep Tapscott in there because he has yet to find his rhythm. Try to get him something for the next game, but Jacobson has been solid. You rest him. 3.5 remaining in this one. Foul's going to be called inside. Looking at Ryo Sadohara, at 6'4", and he handles the ball quite well. The future's bright for that young kid. Just a little bit more of experience. Let's see if they try to get him involved once again. Why not? They go to Jackson. Jackson with a handoff. Funyu inside to Jackson. Sadohara asking for it. Gets it eventually. Finds Jackson. That's a nice pocket pass. And Jackson acknowledges the pass from Ryo Sadohara. As we approach the final 3 minutes. Jumper not going to work for Takahashi. Jackson with another rebound. And now they're going to use clock once again. Aoki pushing everybody down. Looking for Sadohara all the way. Sadohara puts it up. Close to a 3-point play. Jacobson said, I didn't touch him. Nevertheless, Sadohara's going to head to the line for 2 shots. Let's watch it here. Well, maybe the foul wasn't on Jacobson, but they might have called it on Tapscott from the back. But it sends the youngster to the line for 2 shots. He's only been averaging 2 minutes a contest. He's played in only 6 games with averages of 1 point and 1 rebound. Well, definitely going to be able to contribute here. Much more. He'll be short in that second free throw. Nice tap from the back. Sadohara. 3-on-1 break. Goes through all the way. Looked like he was about to issue the pass and then took that shot. Tapscott will be fouled there by Kennedy, who has just been reinserted here by Coach Kyle Milling. Now's when you want to get him into a groove. At least for the next couple of games. You're going to need his scoring. Watch his move from Sadohara. Behind the back dribble. Faked and then took it in himself. Sadohara now with 5 points, 1 rebound and 1 assist as Tapscott makes that free throw. So Tapscott's got 12 points, 3 boards and 3 dimes. He'll make both. Checking in now is Takuto Nakamura for the very first time. He puts up a 3. Kennedy's there for the put-in. And it's 85-58 now. And they're looking for more. It's a 27-point bubble. That 3 would have added insult to injury, but here is Kennedy for the putback once again. Back-to-back putbacks here for Thomas Kennedy. Kennedy now with 12 points to go with 3 rebounds. Tapscott finally gets it through. Under a minute to be played here. And it's a huge advantage for Hiroshima. A turnover is going to be called here. One of the few turnovers here in the second half. Hiroshima only with 9 in the entire match. If you're Ibaraki, you want a good shot here. Run your play. Nice look inside, but that's an even better defensive stop from Sadohara. Don't forget, he's 6'4", and he's got hops. And he issues an assist. Everybody getting in on the act. That's Takuto Nakamura. And the lead is now at 30. 90-60. It's a blowout at the OK Corral. Sadohara showing glimpses of what is yet to come in the career of that youngster. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Game clock shows 16. And that's going to be it. They're saying they're not going to shoot anymore. Nakamura's just going to hold on to this basketball. And that is going to bring us to our final tally. Hiroshima winning back-to-back here at the Adastria Mito Arena. Winning yesterday 81-79 and winning here today 90-60. In just a bit, we're going to hear from our winning coach, Kyle Milling. And also from some of the top performers of Hiroshima. Hiroshima will improve to 18 victories against 10 defeats. Ibaraki will drop further down in the standings at 5-23. Another day in the office for Charles Jackson. Not really a double-double, but still more than did his job. Taking a look at the line of Charles Jackson. Jackson would finish with 19 points, Oh, he's got a double-double, 14 rebounds and 1 assist, together with 3 block shots. So a big double-double there. Looking at the other starters, Nick Mayo had 22 points to go with 5 boards.
Again, thank you to our fans. Obviously.
Well, here we're going to hear first from Coach Richard Glessman.
Really appreciate our awesome fan support.
Don't go away. We're going to hear from Coach Kyle Milling, that's for sure.
We knew it would be, a challenging, tough situation as obviously a new B1 team, and this was one of the harder games. But again, we're going to bounce back. We got a game Wednesday, and we'll be back, and we'll have a better game for our home crowd next game out.
はい、自分たちも状況として分かっています。とてもチャレンジングな、そしてタフなシチュエーション、新たに参入した B1 に参入したチームとしてチャレンジすることはたくさんあるのですが、必ずバウンスバックして、またこのホームアリーナでベターなより良い試合を見せれるように頑張ります。
Thank you for your support. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you.
皆さんのサポートありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。それでは本日の MIT の発表です。本日の MIT は11番チェハース・タプスコット選手です。プレゼンターは本日のダブルスポンサー株式会社正式を代表して代表取締役社長中村健一郎様です。
We're just getting things set up here for the interview for winning coach Kyle Milling. And we'd like to be able to hear also from some of the other players. Here he is, Kyle Milling, our winning coach here this afternoon.
まず2連勝、おめでとうございます。今日の試合振り返ってみていかがでしたか？
Thank you, arigato. Thank you very much. Overall, we knew both teams were going to be tired. We were very tired before the game. And so I'm very proud of the players that in the second half, at halftime, I asked them for 20 minutes of effort before we get on the Shinkansen and head home. And I think defensively, we started off the third quarter very, very aggressive. And we pushed them back. And I'm very happy with the way we played after having 10 days, basically no practice, only practicing a few days. So we found enough energy to come away with 2 wins on the road. So I'm very proud of the players for tonight.
本当に両者ともにですね、今日のゲームはお互い疲れている中の試合、かなりタフな試合になるかなという予想はしていました。本当に全選手がですね、後半の20分間ですね、全力でハードにプレーしてくれたおかげでですね、こうやって最後まで勝ち抜くことができたと思います。ディフェンス面では言うとですね、特にサードクォーターからしっかりとアグレッシブに出だしからやっていたことがですね、相手のオフェンスのリズムをですね崩していったんだなと思いますし、本当に難しい状況の中ですね、10日間何もコロナの中で練習もあまりろくにできない中ですね、選手が本当に一生懸命練習してこの試合をしっかりと勝ち抜くことができたと思うので、本当に選手たちに本当に誇りに思いますし、今日の勝利本当に嬉しく思っています。
はい、ありがとうございます。あと個人的に佐渡原選手新加入で要所要所でいいプレーしてくれてたと思います。今後どういったところを期待したいですか
？Sato gave a lot of energy just like he did last night. That's his game. He plays very hard, and I like it because he can play 2 positions. And he had very good high energy. He's only been with us a couple of weeks, so I just know he's going to get better and better. And I'm really happy with, like, for example, the last pass he made in the corner. And we'll keep. He's a very good kid too, very funny. And so hopefully we can keep working with him and get better and better, and he can add a little bit of something to our team that since we didn't have him in the beginning of the year.
そうです。本当に合流も間もない中ですね、彼は本当に素晴らしいパフォーマンスをですね、今日してくれたんじゃないかなとは思います。特に最後のコーナーのパスであったり、本当に多種多様なスキルであったり、得点能力であったり、ベンチからのエナジーもですね、とても素晴らしい選手であるので、これからの成長にですね、本当に期待をしています。
ありがとうございました。また今後も頑張ってください。
For all the fans who came tonight, we haven't been home in a while, so we really can't wait to get there Wednesday night against Yokohama. So we're really looking forward to see you all. So let's go Dragonflies and catch a jacket, and we'll see you Wednesday.
本当にファンの皆さんの声援もですね、本当に力になりました。次はですね、水曜日のホームゲームだと思いますので、皆さんの声援をよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。
Suji-san.
Very animated coach Kyle Milling, very happy with the performance of his squad as they continue to improve as the season goes along. They brought him in here for a revamped squad, hoping to come up with a better showing than before, and so far so good. They've got 18 wins against 10 defeats, and they're looking for more as we enter the second part of our B-League season. Let's see if we can hear from some of the players before we call it a day. We're going to break down the numbers though before we end our coverage. And here we have Naoto Chuji.
はい、2歳質問させてください。はい。はい、昨日の、スリーポイント6分の1から今日3分の5としっかり調子を盛り返したかなというふうな印象があります。自分のプレー振り返ってみて、いかがでしたか？
スリーポイントのことですかね。
そうです。はい。
あれ、ちょっとなんか聞こえづらかった。ちょっと
すみません。はい。
はい、スリーポイントですね。まあ本当昨日は確率も悪かったんですけど、でもそれでも、流れチームとしての打つべきところで打ってましたし、そのゲーム感というところがやっぱり、なかなか難しくて、決めきることができなかったんですけど、今日、昨日よりは今日良くなったらいいっていう思いでやってたので、その結果、いい結果が出たかなと思います。
はい。2試合ともなんか接戦が続いたんですけども、3クォータービッグクォーターを作れた、要因、なんかチームでこう話し合ったこととかあれば教えてください。
はい、ハーフタイムで、みんなでディフェンスのところで共有し合えたっていうのが、本当に後半のディフェンスにつながったと思いますし、ディフェンスっていうのが、このドラゴンフライズのベースになっていくべきだし、いかないといけないっていうところだったので、次節横浜戦があるんですけど、そこで、今日のようなディフェンスがどれだけできるかというところが、今後の成長につながるかなと思います。
はい。ちょっとタイトなスケジュールでコンディション調整も難しいと思いますけども、次の試合も頑張ってください。はい。
Naoto was talking about the 3 points. He said they did very well from that area, and the game control was very hard. But in the end, they got the result that they were looking for, especially in the second half. They were able to tighten things up.
本当に感謝してます。で、画面の向こうでも応援してくださっている方々、本当にありがとうございます。また次節はホームで戦いますので、どうか無理なさらずですね、でも僕たちは来てほしいっていうなんかこうちょっと矛盾してるんですけども、その皆さんの熱い応援、また次節よろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございました。はい、お疲れ様でした。はい、
ありがとうございました。
And he ended up by saying thank you to all the fans and all those who are in front of their television sets and all of you following the B-League action. Thank you very much for all your support. Unfortunately here for the fans, majority of them from the Adastriata Mio Arena, they're going to go home a little bit sad because they were hoping that their Ibaraki robots will come up with a victory. But then, for those handful of fans of Naoto Chuji and Hiroshima, they're very pleased. Their team picked up another victory. They're swinging it. And Nick Mayo gets that big slam inside. Nick Mayo with a solid performance here today with 22 points. Trasolini will come in with a slam of his own. Jacobson did quite well for his squad, but in a losing effort. Nice long two there from Fukuzawa. They go to the wing. That's a nice sweet move there from Thomas Kennedy. He's got a sweet shot. Finds the open man. They attack, and as usual, around the basket, cleaning up the mess, is Charles Jackson. Trasolini puts up that three. Here they're going to look for Jacobson. That same corner, knocking it down. Trasolini's going to hit another one. Back-to-back threes for him there in that quarter. Actually, the first quarter was quite competitive. Ibaraki on top there, 23-16. And then in the second period, this is where Hiroshima made their move. Looking at the second period, Hiroshima actually scored 20 points and they held Ibaraki to just 12. And that's why they were able to get a 1-point advantage heading into the halftime break. They were up 36-35. Nice move there from Taniguchi. Open three there. And Chuji hits. One of the main reasons why he was interviewed, because he had very good numbers here today. Another slam by Nick Mayo. Just another day in the office for him. Jackson. Up and under move. Gets blocked there. He was asking for a foul. None was given. Rio to the side. And Nick Mayo knocks that one down. Quick pass to the corner. As we change ends, and Tsurumaki hits. But answering right back, inside. With an easy put back there was Charles once again. Charles would finish with 14 rebounds here today. And majority of those rebounds were on the offensive end. They were off and running. Look at that quick basket there from Tsuji. He was feeling it. Just checking out the box scores. And actually 14 rebounds for Jackson. He had 7 offensive and 7 defensive. Easy slam there for Charles. And at the end of the third period, they were up 64-44. And then they just coasted here. Quick early basket inside going to Nick Mayo. And that just sealed the deal within the first minute of the fourth period. Look at that no-look pass, Kennedy. Just kissing it off the glass. Liking that piece of action. Chahale Tapscott finally hits. Took him quite a while to get into the scoring act. It was him finding his range a little bit too late. There he is once again. He'll finish in double digits, but in the first 2 quarters, when it was really competitive, he came up with nothing. Nick Mayo there, hitting once again. Look at this. Nice play. Sadohara completes it. They wanted to get the youngster involved, and he actually had a very decent outing today. Here's another basket. Sadohara would actually finish with 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists in only 7 minutes on the floor. That's him once again. That's one of his 3 dimes. And the rout was on. Final score here in this one, 90 for Hiroshima, 60 for Ibaraki. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Expected to be one-sided, but not necessarily the case, as you can see there. Both teams actually shooting 53% from the field, but shooting much more. 24 out of 45 for Hiroshima, only 15 out of 28 for Ibaraki. And the difference lied right there. In terms of the turnovers, 9 turnovers for Hiroshima, only 11 for Ibaraki, not that bad. But the points in the paint, look at this. This is where they made their mark. 40 for Hiroshima and only 28 for Ibaraki. 24-25, just about even at their bench points. Looking at the rebounding department, it's also big. 47 rebounds for Hiroshima as compared to just 28 in terms of assists. Very close, 27-24 in favor of Hiroshima. We've now got the leading scorers. For the winning squad, Hiroshima, they've got 22 points from Nick Mayo, 14 points for Charles Jackson, and 10 points there from Ryo Terashima. In a losing effort, 15 points here for Chahale's Tapscott, 8 points. Actually, those are 8 rebounds for Jacobson. And we also have 6 assists from Tajima. So those are 10 assists there for Ryo Terashima. Check that. For Charles, on the right side, those 14, those are rebounds. So we have the top point scorers, top rebounders, and top assist men. So Ibaraki is going to drop to 5-23. Hiroshima will improve to 17 victories, actually 18 victories against 10 defeats. There you've got our top scorers. 22 points for Nick Mayo, backed up by 19 points for Charles Jackson, 12 points for Thomas Kennedy, and another 12 points for Naoto Tsuji. Another balanced scoring. 4 players in double digits. Just like yesterday, they had 4 players in double digits. Mayo, Jackson, Murphy, and Kennedy. And that's why they've gotten back-to-back victories. Ibaraki, as you can see there, leading scorers. Tapscott would finish with 15. But obviously, it wasn't enough. That's going to do it here for our coverage. We'd like to thank everybody for joining us for B-League action here this Sunday afternoon. Anthony Sutay saying thank you very much. We'll see you next weekend. Take care. Have a good Sunday ahead. God bless.